Hello, good day, Dr. Vindayan. I am J. Mark Lamora, one of your students in PSU OUS, Thailand. So today I'm going to discuss the final requirement you assigned us to do, which is to create a video showing the analysis I made for our midterm examination using SPSS. So we have 4 questions given in the exam. Number 1 is, what is the profile of the school heads of integrated schools in Pangasinan? So we have two characteristics. Letter A is personal characteristics and B is professional characteristics. So for personal characteristics, we need age, sex, and civil status. So professional characteristics include highest educational attainment and the type of university or college last attended, public or private. Area of specialization, number of years of experience as school head, attendance in school-based management training, and membership to professional organization. So for this number, we are going to use frequencies and percentages for the profile of the respondents. Number 2, what is the status of school-based management practices in integrated schools in Pangasinan as perceived by the school heads themselves, teachers, and stakeholders in terms of the following parameters? So we have 9 parameters below. So letter A, we have vision, mission, goals, and objectives. B, school program development and school improvement plan. C, personal, physical, and fiscal resources management. D, teaching and non-teaching staff development. Letter E is school community networks setup and parents, teachers, non-academic personal participation. F is school environment. G is school curriculum, implementation, monitoring, and assessment. Letter H is school programs, projects, and services. And the last one, letter I, innovative modes of instruction. So for this number, we will need to get the mean of each category to find the status of the school-based management practices in integrated schools in Pangasinan as perceived by these respondents, school heads themselves, teachers, and stakeholders. For number 3, is there a significant difference among the perceptions of the school heads, teachers, and stakeholders on the school-based management of integrated schools in Pangasinan along the aforementioned parameters? For this number, we are using ANOVA to discuss the significant difference among the perceptions of the school heads, teachers, and stakeholders on the school-based management of integrated schools in Pangasinan. And for the last number, number 4, is there a significant relationship between the perception of school heads on the status of school-based management of integrated schools and their profile variables? So for this number, we are using the Pearson R to see if there is significant relationship between the perception of school heads on the status of school-based management of integrated schools and their profile variables. So we are here in SPSS and I have the data of the school heads. Now to get the frequency and percentage, we go to Analyze. Then hover on Descriptive Statistics, then click on Frequencies. Now the Frequencies box appears. From the left box, you can see all the variables to be converted. Okay, all you have to do is to select on these variables. Okay, and then click on the arrow in between. Now it will transfer all the variables on the right side. It means that you want SPSS to run on analysis on these variables. Now you can click on statistics and then choose which ones you would like to use for analysis. Okay, you can check on mean, median, then mode. For dispersion, we can click on standard deviation. Then click on continue. Then when you hit OK, it will show you the result. Now here's the result. So as you can see, there is a total number of 58 school heads or respondents for school heads. And then we have here all the variables: age, sex, civil status, size, educational attainment, public, private, area of specialization, years, semesters, and membership. So if you go down, you can see the frequency table. Okay, you can see here frequency and then the percentage. All right. So these results, you can save this. You can copy and paste it to Word for interpretation. So that's how you get the frequency and the percentage of the profile of the respondents. All right, so for question number two, again, I have here the data to be analyzed in SPSS. We would like to find out the status. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the mean of the perceptions of the school heads, stakeholders, and the teachers for each parameter. So the data that I have here is for school heads. Okay, so the first step is to click on analyze and then hover descriptive statistics, then click on descriptives. Okay, now the descriptive box will appear. Select and transfer all the variables for analysis. So let me select all these variables. Okay, and then click on these arrow. All right, so you can click on options and make sure the mean mark is checked. Okay, so it's checked. So we're good. We click on continue and then click OK. So when you hit OK, it will take you to the result. Okay. So it will again show you the results for the mean of all the statements named from A1 to I5. Then get the summated mean for each perception or each category for the parameters. Okay. So you can go ahead and save this also. And you also need to do the same process for the other two types of respondents. So we have the stakeholders and the teachers. But this one is only for school heads. Okay. So for question number 3, for this data set, we are going to see if there is a significant relationship among variables. So since there are more than 2 variables, we will use ANOVA. So to do that, again, click Analyze, hover Compare Means, and then click on One-Way ANOVA. So One-Way ANOVA dialog box appears, and then all you have to do is to move or transfer all the dependent variables on the other side of the box, okay? And below that, you can see the factor. So the factor, let's transfer first all the variables. So these A, B, C, D variables are all the parameters, the 9 parameters for the perception of the school heads. So we move that here on the dependent list. And VRES stands for the variable for respondents, which are the teachers, uh, the school heads, and the stakeholders. So let's move that in factors. Now let's click post hoc. Okay, you can select any of these, but the most common is Takis B. So let's select that and make sure significance level is 0.05. Continue and then hit OK. Now it shows you the result. So as you can see, it gives you source of variation, the sum of squares, okay, the degree of freedom, the F value, and the sig or the P value, which we can say that there is no significant difference if it is higher than 0.05. So as you can see, almost all the parameters has significant difference because it displays lower than 0.05 on this side. Okay, so between groups, within groups, and the total. So that's how you use ANOVA. So for post hoc test, it will give you individual result. So number 1, as you can see here are the respondents. Number 1 stands for teachers, number 2 stands for stakeholders, and 3 stands for the school heads. Okay, all right. Okay, so for question number 4, for this data, we are going to see if there is a significant relationship between the perception of school heads on the status of school-based management of integrated schools and their profile variables. So as you can see, again, we have the variables for the profile from right here from age to mem. Okay, so that's the variable of the profile. And the perception of school heads on the status of school-based management. So these are the mean scores. Okay, so only for the school head. All right. Now to analyze, we click on the analyze menu and then hover correlate and then select and click bivariate. So the bivariate correlations box will appear. Let's move it in the middle. Okay, so all you have to do is to transfer these variables to the other side. Okay, let's select, highlight, then transfer all the variables. Make sure to check Pearson for correlation. It is checked. Two-tailed for test of significance, and then flag significant correlations. Then hit OK. So when you click OK, it will show you the result. Okay, so for interpretation, we have a table of interpretation for correlation. So we interpret age. These are the profiles of the respondents, and these are the perceptions of the school heads from A to I. All right. So the first one is the R value. The second one is the P value. Okay, and the number of respondents, which is 58. So that's it. You can go ahead and copy all these results and save it. For the answers and interpretation of these 4 questions, please refer to the manuscript I attached in the midterm exam. That is all, and thank you so much, sir. Goodbye and have a wonderful day.